Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Filipino ebook before it's gone.
Hi everybody, my name is Kat. Welcome to the 2000 Core Filipino Words and Phrases video series. Each lesson will help you learn new words, practice, and review what you've learned. Okay, let's get started. First is impeksyon, infection, impeksyon, impeksyon, infection, impeksyon sa balat, skin infection, impeksyon sa balat, trangkaso, flu, trangkaso, trangkaso, flu, panahon ng trangkaso, flu season, panahon ng trangkaso, trumpeta, trumpet, trumpeta, trumpeta, trumpet, tansong trumpeta, brass trumpet, tansong trumpeta, departure gate, departure gate, departure gate, departure gate, departure gate, departure gate 43, departure gate 43, departure gate 43, sociolohiya, sociology, sociolohiya, sociolohiya, sociology, pag-aaral tungkol sa sociolohiya, study of sociology, pag-aaral tungkol sa sociolohiya, flight attendant, flight attendant, flight attendant, flight attendant, flight attendant, babaeng flight attendant, female flight attendant, babaeng flight attendant, upuan, seat, upuan, upuan, seat, upuan sa eroplano, airplane seat, upuan sa eroplano, medisina, medicine, medisina, medisina, medicine, larangan ng medisina, field of medicine, larangan ng medisina, economy class, economy class, economy class, economy class, economy class, mga upuan sa economy class, economy class seats, mga upuan sa economy class, lipad, flight, lipad, lipad, flight, boarding pass para sa lipad, boarding pass for the flight, boarding pass para sa lipad. Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. First, you will hear a word or phrase in English. Respond in Filipino, then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say infection? Infection. Infection. And how to say flu? Trancaso. Trancaso. What about trumpet? Trumpeta. Trumpeta. Do you remember how to say departure gate? Departure gate. Departure gate. Let's try sociology. Sociología. Sociología. What about flight attendant? Flight attendant. Flight attendant. Now, let's see if you remember how to say seat. Upuan. Upuan. Another one. What about medicine? Medicina. Medicina. Do you remember how to say economy class? Economy class. Economy class. And finally, do you remember how to say flight? Lipad. Lipad. Well done! See you next time! Paalam! Hi everybody! My name is Kat. Welcome to the 2000 Core Filipino Words and Phrases video series. Each lesson will help you learn new words, practice, and review what you've learned. Okay, let's get started. First is accounting. 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 Sila ay naghanap ng mga dokumento sa accounting. They are looking for accounting documents. Sila ay naghahanap ng mga dokumento sa accounting. Bonus. 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 Christmas bonus. Christmas bonus. Christmas bonus. Magaan. Light. Magaan. Magaan. light. Magaan gaya ng balahibo. Light as a feather. Magaan gaya ng balahibo. Trombone. 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 Tumugtog ng trombone. Play the trombone. Tumugtog ng trombone. Pag-alis. Departure. Pag-alis. Pag-alis. Departure. Petsa ng pag-alis. Departure date. Petsa ng pag-alis. Arrival. 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 Arrival gate. Arrival gate. Arrival gate. Violin. 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 Tumugtog ng violin. Play the violin. Tumugtog ng violin. Earth science. Earth science. Earth science. Earth science. Earth science. Pananaliksik tungkol sa earth science. Earth science research. Pananaliksik tungkol sa earth science. Siyensya. Science. Siyensya. Siyensya. Science. Pag-aaral tungkol sa siyensya. Study of science. Pag-aaral tungkol sa siyensya. Reseta. Prescription. Reseta. Reseta. Prescription. Punan ang isang reseta. Fill a prescription. Punan ang isang reseta. Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. First, you will hear a word or phrase in English. Respond in Filipino, then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say accounting? Accounting. Accounting. And how to say bonus? Bonus. Bonus. What about light? Magaan. Magaan. Do you remember how to say trombone? Trombone. Trombone. Let's try departure. Pag-alis. Pag-alis. What about arrival? Arrival. Arrival. Now, let's see if you remember how to say violin. 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 Another one. What about earth science? Earth science. Earth science. Do you remember how to say science? Ciencia. Ciencia. And finally, do you remember how to say prescription? Receta. Receta. Well done! See you next time! Paalam!
Want to speed up your language learning? Get access to all of our best PDF cheat sheets for free. Just click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now.
I'm sorry.
Patawad ako. Patawad ako.
Don't worry.
Huwag mag-alala. Huwag mag-alala.
It's okay.
Okay lang. Okay lang.
Please?
Pakisuyo. Pakisuyo.
Please forgive me.
Patawarin mo ako. Patawarin mo ako.
I really appreciate it.
Ikinalulugod ko. Ikinalulugod ko.
Thank you. Salamat. Salamat. You're welcome. Walang anuman. Walang anuman. Make yourself at home. Ariin mo itong parang bahay mo. Ariin mo itong parang bahay mo.
Hello.
Kamusta? Kamusta?
Good morning.
Magandang umaga. Magandang umaga. Goodbye. Paalam. Paalam. Long time no see. Ang tagal nating di nagkita. Ang tagal nating di nagkita. Good evening. Magandang gabi. Magandang gabi. Sorry to keep you waiting. Pasensya na sa abala. Pasensya na sa abala. Wait a moment.
Pahintay po ng saglit. Pahintay po ng saglit.
Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Awesome.
Galing. Galing.
Delicious.
Sarap. Sarap.
I like it.
Gusto ko yan. Gusto ko yan.
I don't like it. Hindi ko gusto ito. Hindi ko gusto ito. How are you?
Kamusta? Kamusta?
Really? Talaga? Talaga?
Help!
Tulong. Tulong. Where are you from? Taga saan ka? Taga saan ka?
What's your phone number?
Ano ang phone number mo? Ano ang phone number mo? What time is it?
Anong oras na? Anong oras na?
What is it?
Ano iyon? Ano iyon?
This is for you.
Ito ay para sa'yo. Ito ay para sa'yo.
Slower, please.
Pakibagalan. Pakibagalan.
Once again, please.
Pakiulit. Pakiulit.
Nice to meet you.
Ikinalulugod kitang makilala. Ikinalulugod kitang makilala.
It's difficult.
Ito ay mahirap. Ito ay mahirap. I'm good. Mabuti naman ako. Mabuti naman ako. I don't understand.
Hindi ko maintindihan. Hindi ko maintindihan.
How old are you?
Ilang taon ka na? Ilang taon ka na?
How have you been?
Kamusta ka na? Kamusta ka na? It takes about 30 minutes by train.
Aabutin niyo ng halos 30 minuto sa pamamagitan ng tren. Aabutin niyo ng halos 30 minuto sa pamamagitan ng tren.
I want a bottle of water.
Gusto ko ng isang bote ng tubig. Gusto ko ng isang bote ng tubig.
I live in Los Angeles.
Nakatira ako sa Los Angeles. Nakatira ako sa Los Angeles.
My vacation starts in 2 weeks.
Magsisimula ang bakasyon ko sa loob ng 2 linggo. Magsisimula ang bakasyon ko sa loob ng 2 linggo.
I've changed.
Nagbago na ako. Nagbago na ako.
I won't do it again.
Hindi ko na iyon gagawin ulit. Hindi ko na iyon gagawin ulit.
This weekend I'm going to the movies.
Ngayong Sabado at Linggo pupunta ako sa sine. Ngayong Sabado at Linggo pupunta ako sa sine.
What are you doing this weekend?
Ano bang gagawin mo sa Sabado at Linggo? Ano bang gagawin mo sa Sabado at Linggo?
I'll have time next week.
Magkakaroon ako ng panahon sa susunod na linggo. Magkakaroon ako ng panahon sa susunod na linggo.
I'm busy this week.
Abala ako ngayong linggo. Abala ako ngayong linggo.
Ready to start?
Handa nang magsimula. Handa nang magsimula.
You're handsome.
Ang gwapo mo. Ang gwapo mo.
I love you.
Mahal kita. Mahal kita.
I'm having a great time.
Nasisiyahan ako. Nasisiyahan ako.
In this video, you'll learn 20 of the most common words and phrases in Filipino. Hi everybody, my name is Say. Welcome to the 800 Core Filipino Words and Phrases video series. This series will teach you the 800 most common words and phrases in Filipino. But there's a twist, which each new lesson in this series will include the previous lessons at the end. So after you've learned the new words and phrases, stick around and review what you've learned in the previous lessons. Reviewing is one of the most important parts of learning a language. You can also get the full list right now at filipinopod101.com. Click the link in the description to access more example sentences, create your own flashcard deck, and finally master Filipino. Okay, let's get started. First is nabasag. Break. Nabasag. Nabasag. Break. Nabasag ko ang isa sa aking mga plato habang naguhugas ng pinggan. I broke one of my plates while washing the dishes. Nabasag ko ang isa sa aking mga plato habang naguhugas ng pinggan. Hiwa. Cat. Hiwa. Hiwa. Cat. Ang batang lalaki ay nahulog at nagtamo ng malalim na hiwa sa kanyang hita. The boy fell and has a deep cut on his leg. Ang batang lalaki ay nahulog at nagtamo ng malalim na hiwa sa kanyang hita. Napilayan. Sprain. Napilayan. Napilayan. Sprain. Ang atleta ay natapilok at napilayan. The athlete sprained his ankle. Ang atleta ay natapilok at napilayan. Microwave oven. Microwave oven. Microwave oven. Microwave oven. Microwave oven. Tignan ko, mayroon kung ano sa microwave oven. I think that there is something in the microwave. Tingin ko, mayroon kung ano sa microwave oven. Frigidaire. Refrigerator. Frigidaire. Frigidaire. Refrigerator. Ang frigidaire ay puno ng pagkain para sa kapistahan. The refrigerator is full of food for the holiday. Ang frigidaire ay puno ng pagkain para sa kapistahan. Vacuum. Vacuum cleaner. Vacuum. Vacuum. Vacuum cleaner. Ang vacuum na ito ay napakatahimik. This vacuum cleaner is very quiet. Ang vacuum na ito ay napakatahimik. Pawis. Sweat. Pawis. Pawis. Sweat. Ang mga atleta ay puno ng pawis matapos ang laro.
The athletes were covered in sweat after the game. Ang mga atleta ay puno ng pawis matapos ang laro. Check-in. 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 Anong oras ang check-in? What time is check-in? Anong oras ang check-in? Numero ng kwarto. Room number. Numero ng kwarto. Numero ng kwarto. Room number. Maligayang pagdating sa Saulo Hotel. Ang numero ng kwarto mo ay 206. Welcome to the Saulo Hotel. Your room number is 206. Maligayang pagdating sa Saulo Hotel. Ang numero ng kwarto mo ay 206. Susi ng kwarto. Room key. Susi ng kwarto. Susi ng kwarto. Room key. Huwag mong iwala ang susi ng kwarto mo. Don't lose your room key. Huwag mong iwala ang susi ng kwarto mo. Wake up call. 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 Hi, gusto ko ng wake up call ng mga 15 minuto bago mag-ika-6 ng umaga. Hi, I'd like a wake up call at 15 minutes to 6 in the morning. Hi, gusto ko ng wake up call ng mga 15 minuto bago mag-ika-6 ng umaga. Check out. Check out. Check out. Check out. Check out. Mangyaring mag-check out bago mag-ika-10 ng umaga. Please check out before 10 a.m. Mangyaring mag-check out bago mag-ika-10 ng umaga. Mapusyaw. Light. Mapusyaw. Mapusyaw. Light. Ang mapusyaw na kulay ay talagang bagay sa iyo. Light colors really suit you well. Ang mapusyaw na kulay ay talagang bagay sa iyo. Ginto. Gold. Ginto. Ginto. Gold. Gusto ko ang isang kulay gintong pitaka. I want a gold-colored purse. Gusto ko ng isang kulay gintong pitaka. Kulay rosas. Pink. Kulay rosas. Kulay rosas. Pink. Ang tuwalya ay kulay rosas. The towel was pink. Ang tuwalya ay kulay rosas. Pilak. Silver. Pilak. Pilak. Silver. Ang kulay pilak na panulat ay mukhang mamahalin. The silver-colored pen looks expensive. Ang kulay pilak na panulat ay mukhang mamahalin. Vase. 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 Ang beige ay isang mapusyaw na kremang kulay na may pagkadilaw. Beige is a pale cream color with a yellowish tint. Ang beige ay isang mapusyaw na kremang kulay na may pagkadilaw. Raspberry. 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 Natutuwa ako sa raspberry at blueberry na sorbetes. I enjoy the raspberry and blueberry ice cream. Natutuwa ako sa raspberry at blueberry na sorbetes. Ubo. Cough. Ubo. Ubo. Cough. Ako ay may ubo. I have a cough. Ako ay may ubo. Bawang. Garlic. Bawang. Bawang. Garlic. Kapag kumain ka ng bawang bago ang isang panayam sa trabaho, siguradong magkakaroon ka ng pangit na impresyon. If you eat garlic before our interview, you will make a bad impression. Kapag kumain ka ng bawang bago ang isang panayam sa trabaho, siguradong magkakaroon ka ng pangit na impresyon. Well done! In this lesson, you expanded your vocabulary and learned 20 new useful words. Click the link in the description and sign up for free at filipinopod101.com to get access to the full list of vocabulary you need for daily life conversations. You also get example sentences, costume flashcards, and more learning resources. See you next time! Paalam!
Hello sa inyong lahat, ako si Erica. Ang Kwaresma ay binubuo ng 40 araw mula Miyerkules ng Abo hanggang Huwebes Santo. Ang huling linggo ng Kwaresma ay tinatawag na Semana Santa at nagtatapos sa linggo ng pagkabuhay. Sa lesson na ito, malalaman natin kung ano-ano ang ginagawa ng mga Pilipino para obserbahan ang Kwaresma at ang Semana Santa. Alam niyo ba kung saan nanggagaling ang abo na ginagamit tuwing Miyerkules ng Abo? Sasabihin namin ang sagot sa katapusan ng video na ito. Ang Miyerkules ng Abo ang unang araw ng Kwaresma. Sa araw na ito, halos lahat ng tao ay nagsisimba at naglalagay ng hugis krus na abo sa kanilang mga noo. Simbolo ang abo ng pagiging pansamantala ng buhay. Ito rin ay simbolo ng pagtanggap ng pagiging makasalanan. Sa buong 40 araw ng Kwaresma, marami sa mga debotong Katoliko ang nag-aalay ng isang sakripisyo bilang uri ng pagsisisi sa kanilang mga kasalanan at bilang paggunita sa paghihirap ni Hesukristo. Sa mga araw na ito rin, ipinagbabawal sa mga Katoliko ang pagkain ng karne at pinapayuhan ng lahat na mag-ayuno. Ang pinakaimportanteng panahon kung Kwaresma ay ang huling linggo na tinatawag na Semana Santa. Halos buong linggo ay dinedeklara bilang pampublikong holiday. Sa linggong ito, isinasagawa ng mga deboto ang pabasa ng pasyon, prosesyon, bisita iglesia at salubong bilang mga paraan ng pagninilay at pagsisisi. Alam niyo ba na ang 40 araw ng Kwaresma ay bilang pag-alala sa 40 araw ng pag-aayuno ni Jesus? Sa Latin, ang Kwaresma ay tinatawag na Quadragesima, na ang ibig sabihin ay ika-40. At ngayon, ibibigay ko na ang sagot sa tanong kanina. Alam niyo ba kung saan nanggagaling ang abo na ginagamit tuwing Miyerkules ng Abo? Ang abo ay nanggagaling sa mga palaspas na binendisyonan noong linggo ng palaspas ng nakaraang taon. Ang paglalagay ng abo sa noo ay isang paalala na ang tao ay nagmumula sa abo at magbabalik sa abo sa dulo ng kanyang buhay. Kamusta ang lesson na ito? May interesanteng bagay ba kayong natutunan? Paano nyo inoobserbahan ang Kwaresma? Mag-iwan kayo ng komento sa filipinopod101.com. Hanggang sa susunod na lesson. Hello sa inyong lahat, ako si Erica. Sa araw na ito, pag-uusapan natin kung paano ipinagdiriwang ng mga Pilipino ang araw ng mga ama. Ito ay pinagdiriwang taon-taon tuwing 3 linggo ng Hunyo. Dito, ipinapakita ng lahat ng mga anak ang kanilang pasasalamat sa kanilang mga minamahal na ama. Sa lesson na ito, aalamin natin kung paano pinapakita ng mga Pilipino ang kanilang pagpapahalaga sa kanilang mga ama. Sa Pilipinas, kung ang mga ina ay tinuturing na ilaw ng tahanan, ano naman ang mga ama? Sasabihin namin ang sagot sa katapusan ng video na ito. Maraming pagtawag ang mga Pilipino sa kanilang mga ama. Nariyan ang tatay, itay, tay, ama, papa, daddy, at marami pang iba. Mataas ang pagtingin ng lipunang Pilipino sa mga ama, lalo na mula ng umpisahan ng Labor Export Policy ng Pilipinas noong 1970s. Nangguna ang mga ama sa pagdayo sa ibang bansa para magtrabaho nang maitaguyod ang kanilang mga pamilya. Para naman sa iba, pinili nila ang pananatili sa Pilipinas kahit na may oportunidad sa ibang bansa na kumita ng mas malaki para makasama lamang ang kanilang pamilya. OFW man o hindi, mahalaga ang papel ng mga ama sa pamilya at sa lipunan. Kaya naman, talagang ipinagdiriwang ng mga Pilipino ang araw ng mga ama. Karaniwang lumalabas ang mag-anak upang mamasyal sa mga mall o parke. Dito, madalas binibilhan ng regalo ang mga ama tulad ng bagong damit o gamit gaya ng pang-sports. Kung hindi man mahilig mamili si tatay, madalas sa masarap at espesyal na kainan napapadpad ang mga pamilya sa araw na ito. Para sa mga pamilyang may amang OFW, hindi mawawala ang ilang oras na pakikipag-usap sa pamamagitan ng Skype at Facebook upang mangamusta at magpakita ng pasasalamat sa suportang binibigay sa kanila. Dito, makikita ang isang halimbawa ng pagsasakripisyo ng mga Pilipinong ama para sa kanilang mga pamilya. Hindi tradisyonal na pinagdiriwang ang araw ng mga ama sa Pilipinas, pero dahil sa impluwensya ng mga Amerikano sa kultura, halos lahat ng tao ay nagdiriwang ng araw na ito. At ngayon, ibibigay ko na ang sagot sa tanong kanina. Sa Pilipinas, kung ang mga ina ay tinuturing na ilaw ng tahanan, ano naman ang mga ama? Sa Pilipinas, kinikilala ang mga ama bilang haligi ng tahanan. Ibig sabihin nito, ang mga ama ay parang haligi ng isang bahay na nagbibigay proteksyon. Sila rin ang pundasyon at suporta ng pamilya. Kamusta ang lesson na ito? May interesanteng bagay ba kayong natutunan? Paano nyo pinapakita ang inyong pasasalamat sa inyong mga ama? Mag-iwan kayo ng komento sa filipinopod101.com. Hanggang sa susunod na lesson!
Want to transform your driving time into language learning time? How much time do you spend in your car every day? 30 minutes? More than an hour? Why not put this huge amount of time to good use? Instead of just listening to the radio during your daily commute, you could be learning a new language instead. Here are 3 easy methods for learning a language in your car. You can put them to use right away with the help of our language learning program. First, you can listen to fun audio lessons by real teachers. Listening to lessons while in the car allows you to focus on the road as you listen and learn. In every one of our 3 to 15-minute lessons, our teachers teach you conversations, new phrases, and cultural points. Audio is the only learning medium that lets you learn and drive safely at the same time, so take advantage of all our audio lessons available. Second, you can set your lessons on autoplay and go hands-free. Our autoplay feature lets you keep your hands on the wheel without even reaching for your device. Just set your lessons to autoplay one by one with our Innovative Language 101 app and never have to interrupt your focus on driving to switch to a new lesson. Third, you can repeat out loud and speak from your very first lesson. You want to speak a new language too, right? Well, you'll start learning conversations minutes into your lessons. All you have to do is listen and repeat out loud. Our teachers take you step by step through all of the words, phrases, translations, and grammar points. You're even prompted to speak out loud and repeat. The result? You understand it all and can speak your new language. Turn your commute into language learning time and have fun at the same time. Learning doesn't have to be a big commitment, like signing up for a college class. It can be fun and easy. In fact, it's as easy as pressing play. Our language learning programs will do the work for you. And with the exposure you get while driving on your daily commute, you'll be speaking and understanding real-life language quickly. The best part? You can finally learn without even changing your schedule. So if you're ready to finally learn a new language the fast, fun, and easy way, sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Signing up takes less than 30 seconds, and you'll start speaking from your very first lesson. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Kamusta kayo? Ako si Erica. Hi everybody, I'm Erica. Welcome to FilipinoPod101.com's Filipino sa 3 minuto. The fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Filipino. In the last lesson, we learned quite a few phrases used when apologizing in Filipino. In this lesson, we are going to learn numbers in Filipino. That's right, numbers, mga numero. And you are going to learn them in only 3 minutes, 3 minuto. Are you ready? Let's start. Isa. Isa. Dalawa. Dalawa. Tatlo. Tatlo. Apat. Apat. Lima. Lima. Anim. Anim. Pito. Pito. Walo. Walo. Siyam. Siyam. Sampu. Sampu. Okay, now repeat after me. I'll say the numbers and give you time to repeat each one. Isa. Dalawa. Tatlo. Apat. Lima. Anim. Pito. Walo. Siyam. Sampu. Great job! Try to remember these numbers by heart because you'll see them again in bigger numbers. Do you know what is before isa? Here's a clue. It's almost the same as in English. It's zero. Zero. Now let's continue from 11. Labing isa. Labing isa. Labindalawa. Labindalawa. Labintatlo. Labintatlo. Labing apat. Labing apat. Labinlima. Labinlima. Labing anim. Labing anim. Labimpito. Labimpito. Labing walo. Labing walo. Labinsyam. Labinsyam. These numbers may seem longer and harder to remember, but they basically follow a simple rule, which is labi plus connector plus the numbers 1 to 9. In Filipino, the connector is usually NA if the letter before it is a consonant, and NG if the letter before it is a vowel. In this case, since labi ends with I, then we'll be using the NG connector. However, NG sometimes changes its form depending on the letter that follows it. For the letters D, L, R, S, and T, the G from NG is dropped to make it easier to pronounce. Labindalawa, labintatlo, labinlima, and labinsyam. If a P follows the NG connector, the NG becomes an M, just like in labimpito. Now it's time for Erica's tips. Filipinos don't exclusively use the Filipino way of counting. As I've said before, English is commonly used in the Philippines. so it is very common for us to count in English as well. But that's not all. Sometimes, we even use the Spanish way of counting, especially when telling the time. Now you know how to count up to 11. But why stop there? Next time, we'll learn more about numbers. Do you know the Filipino word for 100? Find out in the next Filipino sa 3 Minuto lesson. Hanggang sa muli! Kamusta kayo? Ako si Erica. Hi everybody, I'm Erica. Welcome to FilipinoPod101.com's Filipino sa 3 Minuto, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Filipino. In the last lesson, we learned the numbers from 1 to 11. Do you remember them? Well, let's not stop there. Now I'll give you the tens. 20. 20. 30. 30. 40. 40. 50. 50. 60. 60. 70. 70. 80. 80. 90. 90. Just like 11 to 19 from the last lesson, the tens also has a common formula. It is the numbers 1 to 9 plus connector plus pu. As I mentioned, the connector is usually NA if the letter before it is a consonant and NG if the letter before it is a vowel. I also mentioned that if a P follows the NG connector, then it becomes an M. Now here's one more thing. If the vowel before M is an O, then that also changes and becomes a U. Just like in 30, 70, and so on. Finally, one last thing to note is that for the number 10, we say 10 and not 10. Are you ready to try making compound numbers out of the numbers we've learned? I promise it's easier. How would you say 56 in Filipino? Let's take it step by step. 50 is 50. Just add and, at, in its contracted form, and then 6, anim. So it will be 56. Done. Isn't that easy? Let's try another number. For instance, 98. Take 90, 90, and add at, in its contracted form, then 8, 8. 98. Ready for more challenge? How do we say 100 in Filipino? It is 100. That is, isa, which is 1, followed by the connector NG, then daan, which is 100. Now let's try counting up to 999. For compound numbers in the hundreds, the formula is numbers 1 to 9 plus connector plus daan plus numbers 20 to 99. For example, 169 is 169. One thing to note is that daan becomes raan when the NA connector is used. For example, 492. 492. For compound numbers with 1 to 19, you have to add an at after saying the 100. For example, 401 is 400 at isa. And now it's time for Erica's tips. Conjugation may be the trickiest part in learning Filipino, but it is done mostly to make sentences sound more natural and easier to pronounce. So don't worry if you can't nail it down yet. People will still understand you. Just keep practicing and you'll get the hang of it. Can you believe it? After only 2 lessons, you can now count up to 999 in Filipino. In the next lesson, we are going to put your number knowledge to use. Do you have all the skills you need to go shopping in the Philippines? Let's learn it together in the next Filipino sa 3 Minuto lesson. Hanggang sa muli! kayo? Ako si Erica. Hi everybody, I'm Erica. Welcome to FilipinoPod101.com's Filipino sa 3 minuto. The fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Filipino. In the last lesson, we learned the phrase, magkano ito? How much is this? In this lesson, let's see how we could answer that question by counting peso in Filipino. In the Philippines, the currency is the Philippine peso. In Filipino, we say it as piso. Now let's see the denominations of the piso. For coins, there are 1 centimo, 1 cent. 5 centimos, 5 cents. 10 centimos, 10 cents. 25 centimos, 25 cents. Piso, 1 peso. 5 piso, 5 pesos. And 10 piso, 10 pesos. For bills, here are the denominations. 20 piso, 20 pesos. 50 piso, 50 pesos. 100 piso, 100 pesos. 200 piso, 200 pesos. 500 piso, 500 pesos. And finally, 1,000 piso, 1,000 pesos. As you might have noticed, counting cents involves a different counting system than the Filipino one. If you guessed that it's the Spanish way of counting, then you are right. The Philippines was under Spanish colonial rule for over 300 years, and it isn't uncommon that some Spanish words are still being used today. However, the spelling could be different at times. Aside from the cents, here are some of the Spanish numbers which you might encounter when dealing with prices. 15, 15. 20, 20. 25, 25. 30, 30. 40, 40. 50, 50. They're usually said on their own without the currency. However, when said with it, we don't say piso, but rather pesos. For example, 20 pesos. Now let's try to say prices in Filipino. Let's start with 34 pesos and 50 cents. 34 na piso at 50 centimos. Again, we use a connector between the number and piso. Then we add at, meaning and, in between the piso and the centimo. 34 na piso at 50 centimos. Here's another example. 268 pesos and 75 cents. 268 piso at 75 centimos. 268 piso at 75 centimos. Are you up for a challenge? Let's try to say prices in thousands. 5,137 pesos and 5 cents. 5,137 piso at 5 centimos. 5,137 piso at 5 centimos. So how do you say 1 million pesos in Filipino? That will be 1,000,000 piso. Now who wouldn't want that? Now it's time for Erica's tips. It is very common to use English for prices in the Philippines, especially for bigger ones, and we also have shortened versions for them. For example, we say 150 for 150. Also, for thousands with the following hundreds denomination, like 1,500, we say 15. This will not work, however, for thousands followed by tens. For example, you cannot say 220 for 2020 because that will mean 220. You should ask your friends in the Philippines if they want to go shopping with you to practice these phrases. But first, you have to check if they have other plans or not. Do you know how to ask that in Filipino? If not, I'll see you in the next Filipino sa 3 minuto lesson. Hanggang sa muli! Kamusta kayo? Ako si Erica. Hi everybody, I'm Erica. Welcome to FilipinoPod101.com's Filipino sa 3 minuto. The fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Filipino. In the last lesson, we learned how to say prices in Filipino. Keep practicing that. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to talk about your schedule. For example, if a friend asks you, What are you doing this weekend? Let's start. To ask a friend or someone you already know, say, ano ang gagawin mo ngayong weekend? Ano ang gagawin mo ngayong weekend? Let's break it down. Ano is what? Ang is equivalent to the in English, but it is sometimes used in Filipino when it wouldn't be used in English. Gagawin means will do. Mo is you. And ngayong weekend is this weekend. The Filipino translation for weekend is katapusan ng linggo, but this Filipino phrase isn't used very often. Weekend is much more commonly used. If you want to ask the same question in a formal way, add po after the word ano and change the second person pronoun mo into the plural nyo. Ano po ang gagawin nyo ngayong weekend? Ano po ang gagawin nyo ngayong weekend? What if you're not asking about this weekend? Asking about a different time period is as easy as replacing ngayong weekend with another word. Tomorrow is bukas. So you can also say, ano ang gagawin mo bukas? What are you doing tomorrow? Or you could also put in a weekday like Lunes, Monday, or Linggo, which is Sunday. Ano ang gagawin mo sa Lunes? What are you doing on Monday? Ano ang gagawin mo sa Linggo? What are you doing on Sunday? So now, if someone asks you, ano ang gagawin mo bukas? Or, what are you doing tomorrow? How can you answer? Here's an example. Pupunta ako sa opisina. I'm going to the office. Pupunta means will go. Ako means I. Sa means to, but can also mean on, in, or at. And opisina means the office. Feel free to replace opisina with any other location. Now it's time for Erica's tips. Ano ang is a very commonly used question phrase in Filipino, which leads this to be always contracted in conversations. Anong gagawin mo bukas? Ano pong gagawin niyo bukas? So, what will you do tomorrow? Now you could answer this in Filipino. In the next lesson, we'll be learning how to tell people your nationality and more with the help of the to-be verb I. I'll be waiting for you in the next Filipino sa 3 minuto lesson. Hanggang sa muli!
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Filipino ebook before it's gone.